So I will step in and ask the first question. We are in the great city of Willmar. We have a lot of people paying attention in greater Minnesota. We also have a live audience on WCCU radio, so we have a great deal of people listening in the metro area also. So we will have a combination of questions that affects everyone in the state, but also some directly that affect individuals who don't live in the 7-county metro area. And I'll start with that, and I'll start with you, Jeff. I want you to contrast yourself and Tim Walz, and the two of you get along well, and we appreciate that, but we want these differences. Why will you be the better governor if you win this race for greater Minnesota compared to Congressman Walz?
Well, a couple things. Number one, I think the fact that I spent the first half of my life in greater Minnesota and essentially the second half of my life in the Twin Cities helps me to bridge a gap that we have in this state right now. There is a great distrust between greater Minnesota and metro, and then throw in the urban piece really as a third part, and I've spent every week for the last 10 years in the heart of Minneapolis trying to solve some of those very vexing urban problems as well. And I think in order to bring us together, we need somebody who has the trust of every area of the state, and the fact that I've been in every area of the state makes a big difference. But I think also, if in direct contrast to Tim, you are going to see a different attitude from government than what you've seen for the past 8 years in particular. And I've talked about our state agencies, but I look at the MPCA, I look at the DNR, I look at Bowser. To a lesser extent, but still there, I look at the Department of Agriculture. I look at the Department of Commerce and Human Services, and I talk to farmers and small business owners all over the state, but especially in greater Minnesota. And they are so tired of this attitude that bureaucrats are going to make decisions for them and then send them down from on high without including anyone in that decision-making, without including the people who are actually being regulated. We are literally driving rural child care providers out of business. We are literally driving farmers out of business because of the attitude in government. I will change that. The bureaucracy is essentially funding Tim's campaign. I don't see him changing that.